welcome everyone to this week's chair yoga class. A little bit change of scenery. I'm up in Vermont, so I have a little fire going. It's I think probably 10 degrees today, so it's a little chilly, a little bit different than Florida. Might require a different kind of movement, but certainly nothing too different. But we just want to make sure that we're all in a safe space to begin. I'm just kind of looking. This could get in my way if I wanted to swing my arms around, but I think I just want to make sure everyone can see can see me. I hope everyone's doing well today. So let's get started, and we're going to start. I just like to put my hands at my side, close my eyes, take a nice deep breath in with me, if you would, and exhale. We're just going to settle in for a moment and take another deep breath in and exhale. And one more breath in. Let your arms drop to the side. Exhale. And exhale. Let's bring our hands together in prayer mode. And before we begin, maybe think of an intention or desire or a wish or anything that you want brought in into you, or that you want to change, or that you want to begin or end. Maybe any of those things to just bring in as we begin our practice today. All right. So thank you guys for joining us. And namaste. I really appreciate you guys being here and practicing. I'm finishing up actually an article on movement for MS Focus magazine. And so it gave me, in some of the research I did, it gave me some insight into some different movements we can incorporate and some things we can do. Let's just start by taking some breaths in. And I like to start with my fingers, just like a morning stretch, if it were to go really slow. All right, so we're just going to start with our fingers, our thumbs, our wrists. Let's get some blood flow in there. We can also move our feet a little bit to get that going. Nothing in specific order, just kind of getting some stuff, some blood flow. It is rather chilly here. I do have a fire going. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is going. Don't take some of the chill off. But either way, we don't want to get too warm internally and overheat, depending on where you're at. So I'm just going to take a deep breath in and rub my hands, fingers together, get them warm, but also to like create some magic for later in the day. So take a deep breath in, shake yourself out a little bit, exhale. Think of that intention you set for yourself as we go along. All right, and now I'm just going to start pumping feet. So what I do when I do this is usually I do my best to extend toes out like this as I come up. Now you can do it the other way. It's just tougher with the heel to try, but that's important too. But we really just want to get our legs moving. We can bring our feet out, do some circles with our feet. That helps. Inside, again, outside. So one way helps, and then going the other way helps. It's not necessarily going to be a perfect circle, which is okay. And then I incorporate my hands. If you can, lift both feet up and have your hands out. Looks a little funny. People might laugh. That's okay. Let's pretend I'm driving a car. We're doing something silly. Now we're gonna, I like calling it making the biscuits, like kitty cats do when they have their paws go in. So we're going to start slow, and then we're going to start pushing out and reaching. Okay. And just slowly reach out. One of the things with movement that I was writing about in articles, if maybe on a day that this is more restorative chair yoga, they're more intense workouts with chair yoga, but in this particular case, I like to do a slow, gentle restorative, as opposed to heavy duty poses and things like that. Mostly because of the time of the day. We don't want to use a lot of all of our energy early on. And it's nice to be able in this part of the day to be able to stop, take the deep breaths in, exhale, maybe think about what's going on the rest of the day. So yeah, so thank you again for joining us today, and I really appreciate it. So now that we started getting warmed up, we're just going to start doing some other movements. Now with asanas, a lot of times in yoga they'll be static, which means there's one pose and it stays there, and that's fine. That works. But that's for strengthening, which is fine. We're working more on restorative, which is more for the joints, all right, and our lungs and our mental health, not necessarily to build strength. But there are other yoga classes, chair yoga classes, that certainly do that, that include standing and using the chair as a prop. I just like to stay seated. We use it slightly as a prop, but we just want to make sure that we're being in a safe space and practicing gently. So we are going to do some things that will help with balance and all that. We're going to start by raising our arms up. So we're going to start with our right arm. Now it's loosened up. Maybe loosen the elbow a little bit. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and raise up. And lean back if you can, slightly. We don't want to fall over in our chair, but lean back slightly so you feel a pull through this area. And pull your thumbs up as best you can. Inhale and exhale. And bring arm down. Other side. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Deep breath in and come up. And same thing. We're going to put our arm as high as we can and then go just a little bit more back. We don't want to lean back. We don't want to push with our feet. Our legs are not in use right now. We're just going to leave them there. If we wanted to push, we could push a little bit more, but we want to stay right here. And if it's okay, lean back just a little bit with your neck. Right. And inhale. And exhale, come down. Same thing, you're going to do the same thing again on this side. A little bit faster movement, not too fast. So we go back and down. Inhale up. And down. One more time, both sides. Inhale up. And down. Inhale up. And down. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to go up at the same time. Inhale. And come up. And exhale when you reach the top. Inhale again. And bring our arms back down. Exhale. We want all the air to come out as much as we can. We're going to inhale up again. And this time, we're going to bring our arms to the side as we exhale. And notice I just hit this, which okay, this is why I'm also going slow. But if you're in a space where we might be running into things or hitting things, just be mindful of that. All right, especially if your eyes are closed. Inhale up, same thing. Deep inhale in, exhale. Inhale again. Exhale, arms to the side. I like to lead with my thumbs, so I try to press my thumbs out, so because it kind of forces my elbows to go up as well. Just come down. Do that one more time. Inhale up. Exhale. In some yoga practices, we would stay here for a minute, all right? But we're going to take a deeper inhale in and exhale, come to the side. And go slow, because this is you're going to feel a little bit of burn, not pain. You don't want pain. If you feel pain, stop. But you might feel a little bit of burn, and just come down really slow. Okay. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction. So we're going to go up this way and then down in the front. Okay. Take a deep, just relaxing inhale and exhale. And inhale, arms up. We're going to come to the center and exhale, arms down. We're just going really slow. Okay. Let's do it one more time. Just let your arms keep slightly going in motion. We want to do a circular motion. So we're going to inhale up and around completely, and then come down. Exhale. You can have your hands, I like having my hands out like this as I come down. Fists are okay too. Whatever feels good for you. So I'm going to do it one more time. Inhale. And come to the side, up, and exhale down. And we can incorporate so many different parts of our chest and shoulders in that. What I'm doing is we're just kind of warming up. We'll do this again later on, and we'll incorporate our shoulders a little bit more when we push out, a little bit more like we're opening a door. Okay, because part of the yoga is to consider which helps is if you consider doing something with the motion, if the motion makes sense. If we have to push a door open, we're not going to probably do it with our fist. We're going to do it more like this, and that helps up here. But let's work on our legs right now. I just wanted to get some blood flowing up top, get some oxygen moving. You can shake out if you need. Take a deep breath in. And, all right, so now we're going to do the same thing we did up top, very similar, except we're not going to do both at the same time, right? We want to stay balanced. So we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to lift our leg up as high as you can. If you need some support, that's totally okay. Just don't put your arms around or your hands around your knee. Put it underneath, just underneath the back of your leg. All right. And if you want, you can lift up like this. Take a deep breath in and let it come back down slowly. All right. Same on this side. You can do it individually. That's great. If you want some extra support, you can bring your leg up like this. At times, you can also, if you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can open up as well. But we're just going to bring our legs up. Hold it for a sec. And down. And also when I do this, it's not just the leg that I'm using. I'm also stretching out my arms from my shoulders. So if I grab here, if not, it's no big deal. You can just come up, but you might get more of a stretch if you incorporate your arms and let your shoulders come down and grab. It's deep breath in and exhale. And other side. And exhale. And inhale. Exhale. One more time on the other side. Sometimes our legs can get really heavy, so this is almost like resistance training here. Next, we're going to relax. Let's pump our legs a little bit. Like such. All right, let our arms drop to the side. Okay. Now because we want to make sure we stretch pretty well all over. We'll get to our neck in just we're going to start working in that direction as well. Hopefully your legs, if you want, you can press on your legs a little bit if that feels okay, and your knees just to get them going. I like to do it's like a bear claw, and you put it on your knees. It really feels good sometimes. Some people, it's like too ticklish or pins and needles, but for some people it feels really good. And I have used my knees a fair bit in my life, so this feels really good. It helps get blood flow too. Now there's another way you can do this. That's just little chops, right? If you want something a little bit more gentle, just you don't want to hit so hard that your foot goes like that, right? So we just want to do that. And same thing with the muscles here. If it's okay, if it feels good, you can squeeze and that'll get some blood flowing. And sometimes if you want to get the back, you can. Just be careful bending over, that we keep our chins up, right? That we're not head down like this, right? You want to make sure you're looking at the screen when you do this. All right, take a deep breath in. All right, and exhale. Come back to center. Just going to open up this portion. We're going to stretch here. So like we did previously, I just want you to bring in your arm up. You can either bring it up like this or up on the side. Take a deep breath in. We're going to twist over. And so this hand comes behind, and we're going to twist and gently put our arms on the outside of our legs and slowly turn in this direction. Turn to whatever leg that your hand is on, turn in that direction. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale. It's a nice spinal twist. And sometimes if it helps, you can use the back of your chair support as well. And twist. And we just want to look over to like 90 degrees over if possible. Inhale in. Go a little deeper if you can. And exhale. Inhale and release. We're going to slowly come back to the center, right? We don't want to hurry this movement. Just come back to the center. Another inhale in and come up and opposite side. Come over to this. Same thing. You might hear something release in your spine, which is okay as long as it feels good. And again, we're going to turn our head to the side. This engages our shoulders. It gets a stretch in our abs. So take a deep breath in. Exhale and see if you can go a little bit deeper. As best you can. Another inhale in, exhale and release. We're going to come back to the center. We'll do it one more time. And there's another way we can do this. We can also do it where we lift our arms up and come across like this. It doesn't get as much of a stretch, but let's try that as well. So we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to slowly raise our arm, almost throw it up. And I like to put my hand underneath where my elbow is. So right in this section and come over to this side. Inhale in, exhale, go a little bit deeper if you can. This one, you probably won't get as far. That's okay. Inhale in, exhale, and release. Let your arm come down slow. Same thing on the other side. Inhale in, come up, and over. And exhale. And inhale. Go as far as you can. exhale. And come slowly back to the center. We want to do slow movements because this is restorative. So blood and oxygen gets flowing and it needs time to release. And if we just release it, it doesn't have the same effect. So that's why we do a little bit slower movement. And also just, this is also part of meditation. We want to slow down a little bit to help us later on in the day. All right. Deep breath in, exhale. And on some of these exhales, if you feel like yawning, feel free to yawn. That is totally okay. It's part of the restorative. Yawning is good for us to do. As long as we don't fall asleep while we're doing our practice, we're okay. All right, so we're going to take a deep breath in. And I turn my head, just my head, over to my left side. I'm going to try to get my nose even with my shoulder. I want to have a straight spine. I don't want to be bent over doing this, looking like this, because that will pull the muscles. What we want to do is be more straight up in our chair. Deep breath in. We're going to turn as far as we can. If you want, certainly release your arms to the side, or you can have them on your legs. We're just going to stay here for a second. Take a deep breath in. Maybe rise up a little bit, fall back into it, exhale. We're going to release back with that exhale to the center. Another deep inhale in. Exhale. Very much like Tai Chi, think of these like circular movements, right? When we do some of these things, especially with the breath, as we breathe in, we might draw in, and then exhale, we might push out, like and create a motion, not just kind of staticky stiff. All right, so exhale or inhale, wherever you're at. All right, I'm just going to pause for a second and go to our right side. So we're going to take an inhale in. Exhale, we're going to slowly turn our neck to the right, or whatever opposite side it is. Hopefully you feel not any pain, but you feel this open up a little bit, and give it a nice stretch. And exhale, and inhale, and release. Exhale, come back to the center. And when we do this, we might feel a lifting up and a sitting down that is totally normal. So try not to concern yourself too much if you feel stiff, like doing it. I mean, if you feel stiff, relax a little bit more, sit into it a little bit more, take a deeper breath in. We don't want to have it to be too stiff. We also don't want to do like hot breath, where it's hot, where we're doing. We want to make sure that we're breathing slowly in, cooling breaths, as opposed to hot. I'll demonstrate. This is more of a hot, where you breathe in really fast and exhale really fast. That will heat us up really quick. We want to make sure that we're doing the opposite of that, which is nice, cool, fulfilling, and exhale. Now, there are different techniques depending on how and what you want to accomplish. It's kind of depend on how we breathe. But this is more restorative breath, where we enter fully. A lot of times, the breath might show up different. So we might inhale in and it fills up top first and goes down. That's totally okay. And exhale, same way. But other times we might fill up and it's our bottom that fills up, and then we come up to the top. That's very Tai Chi. Tai Chi has breathing like that, where the breath comes in, you fill the belly, you fill up more, and release in the opposite way. And it's like building a stack. Whatever works for you is okay with me, as long as you're doing it slowly. It's totally okay. So we're gonna have our palms up. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And one more inhale in. This time we're going to bring our hands up from the outside together. And we're not going to go all the way to the center. We're just going to leave them here for a second. Inhale in. We're going to flip our hands over, right? So turn your palms and bring your hands down. If you can, bring them behind your back. If you can't, that's okay. You might need to scoot up a little bit more in the chair. Let me do this one more time. If you can, if you can't, if coming back to the side works for you and it feels good, totally okay. Right, so we're going to do that one more time. Not all the way up. And exhale and bring your hands behind you if you can. Right? And that will help release your shoulders. You might hear a pop like I just did. Or you might not. If you're not available to do it behind your back, certainly come in front and do the same thing. You'll have a different, this area is what we're working on. So you'll have a different sensation going this way. This works more of the back. This works more of the chest. So whatever you need is fine. And whatever you need, you can do it. Right, so we're going to do that one more time. So this is what being adaptable for adaptive chair yoga is all about. It's doing what works for you today, because you might have, maybe tomorrow that possibility opens for you, but today it might not be there. Totally okay. So we're going to do this both ways. We're going to come up. Actually, we're going to go this way and then come across if you're going to go in the front. Right? Can't do that same movement if we go to the back. And then inhale again. Exhale and just slowly release to the side. So your hands drop down. Right? You can also, if we want, if we choose, we can go back. We can go back this way. Right? This is more like sunrise style. This is more sunset. Right? Think about the opening and closing. Either of them work. Right? If we go behind, it's not the same. Let's try behind. So we're going to come up. We can't do all the way across, right? So we have to come back and lean forward slightly. And if you can, get your hands behind you. That's great. But if you can't, that's great too. If you want, you can just put them. You can actually grab the side of the chair. That helps. The whole idea is to open up these bits and pull the chest open. Inhale and exhale. Okay. I'm just going to come down and say hi real quick. Check, make sure everybody's doing okay. Nobody else wanted to come in, and no messages. So cool. Keep breathing. Bring in your mantra again, or whatever you might have decided you want to work on today for yourself, or tomorrow, or this weekend. Do you have any big plans coming up? Inhale and exhale. Any number of things, maybe letting go of something, or letting someone else have control for a while, or asking for help. Any of these are always good to bring in, especially during the practice, because we do a little bit of meditation at the end, and you know it's very much like a garden where what you plant seeds, that's what's going to grow, and so we're just kind of tending on garden. All right, let's do another arm raise and exhale. And one on this side. And exhale. Now both, inhale. And exhale. What I would like to do, if you're able to do this, is next time I'd like to bring our arms up, lean back slightly, inhale in, exhale, come forward. Right, with their hands in front of us. We're not going to go all the way to the floor You can, if you'd like. We're going to stop at the knees, and we're not going to, we want to make sure our head is up. So we don't want to be down like this, right? Our head's too heavy, right? And so we want to make sure our chin is up, our nose is pointing, and we can see our hands. Okay. Inhale, and rise back up. Exhale, we're going to bring our arms back around to the side. So if you notice, we're just extending the movements for things we've already done. Okay, we're just now going a little bit further with it. So we're going to lift up, back, exhale down, in front. Stop where you need to. Do not feel, please don't feel that you have to go all the way down. Okay. If it feels okay, do it. Inhale. Come up. Exhale, arms to the side. Or arms straight down, whichever works for you. That's the one thing with yoga is like there's no like rules. They're guides, guide. I'm just here to guide you. There's no certainly no rules. Okay. Now we're gonna do this one more time. All right, this time we're gonna go out, up, around, and down, like we did previously. But we're gonna bend forward. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in, circle around, and now come down, exhale. Slowly, slowly, keep your head forward. Push out more if you can, and come down. I like to land on top of my knees, if that's available to you. This loosens the lower back. We don't want to get stuck here though, so we're going to take a deep breath in. And exhale. Go a little bit deeper. Next inhale, we're going to come back up. Inhale. We're going to come back. We're going to reverse, come back up, around, and exhale down. Hopefully that feels okay. All right. Now what I'd like to do, we've worked our arms a little bit, but I want to incorporate our legs. This is for balance. So what I'd like to do is do a arm lift and leg lift, same side. Okay, just one at a time. So we're gonna start on the right-hand side. At least that's what side I'm on. If you want to start on the left, it's totally okay. We're just gonna go back and forth. So deep inhale in and exhale. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, and now this time we're just gonna bring both our arms and legs up as high as we can. And go back if you can. I keep my hand on my leg. You can also grab the side of your chair if you need. Inhale in. Exhale, release. Come back down. Opposite side. Inhale up. Both come up at the same time. You're going to go farther with your arm than you are with your leg, and that's okay. And then exhale down. And if I don't say to inhale, just try to remember it. And you need to take a breath, please do. Okay, we're doing it. Opposite side. So I'm going back to my right. Inhale up and back. Exhale at the top. Inhale in. Exhale, come back down. And opposite side. Inhale in. Exhale down. All right. Now we're going to do opposites. So I'm going to raise my right hand and lift my left leg. Now, if you can't extend your leg, that's okay. You can lift up with your knee. And if you need to support that, it's okay. It might look or feel a little strange, but try to do this if you can, where we go back opposites. We're going to bring this back and then back down. But if you need, try doing this where it's up. This is a totally different movement. You can support your knee like this. Okay. and then back down. Either way, if you want, you can do both, right? If you want on this, I'm going to do the kick out, but you're welcome to incorporate lifting leg like this. This is going to work more on the hips, hip area. This works more on the flexors. Okay, they both work on the flexors, but one, it's slightly different when we kick out and up as opposed to if we just lift straight up. This is a little bit more work, the lifting straight up without any support. So if you need to, certainly do that. Here we go. I'm gonna do this one more time on opposite sides. So I'm going to lift my right arm up and my left leg. So here we go. Take a deep inhale in and come up. Lean back if you can. All right, you should feel some your muscles working in your leg. Inhale in, exhale, come down. And now opposite side. Inhale in. And exhale. Don't lean, let's not, try not to lean head too far back. A little bit's okay. This time we're going to switch up something slightly. If you've had your toe pointed, which is totally okay, now we're going to extend the heel. So this is going to, what's going to happen is it's going to, the back of your leg is going to be doing more of the work, and you'll feel it in the back of your knee. It's okay to do. All right, so we're going to do the opposites again. Take a deep breath in. Flex the heel, meaning pull your toes back towards you if you can, especially your big toe, and go back. And then as we release the muscles, all right? Inhale in, release, and just let them come down. Opposite side, same thing. Pushing the heel out. We can also do this with our hand, where we push the heel of our hand out as opposed to using one of the thumbs, right? So we can do the same thing on this side if you want. And you'll feel tension here in your leg, and come down and just release. And this is just a different sort of stretch. All right, there are all kinds of different ways, adaptive ways of doing this, but do what best works for you. All right, one more time. All right, since I've given you some options, this is like a freestyle, kind of do what you want, just do it on the opposite side. Okay, if maybe you want to do this, maybe you want to bring your arm around like that, that's okay. Or on this side and bring it around, that's okay. Whatever works for you is totally cool. Or you can do straight up, that's fine too. Or you can, if you want to get crazy and do both at the same time, that's fine. All right, so let's just take a quick relaxing breath where we're not doing any movement. Reset and exhale. Let's do one more of those. Okay, inhale in, reset, and exhale. Okay, so this time choose your own adventure, whatever you feel like. I'm going to do where I have my leg come up, since I've not done that too much, with some support. And bring my arm over this way. All right, and inhale in and exhale out. Everything returns to its place. Now we're going to switch sides. Inhale in, up, and exhale. So come up and inhale one more time. Go a little bit deeper and exhale and bring it down. Hopefully that worked for you as well. Let's going to check where our time was. Make sure we're doing okay. All right, so we have about 15 minutes to go. So we're going to start kind of cooling down. And we're just going to keep moving, right? The article I'm writing for MS Focus is about movement. And as we get older, it's important to keep moving, even if it's slow, like this. It's important because it keeps our legs, like you don't get flexibility by lifting weights or running. You get flexibility by doing stretches like this. And dexterity, and it helps with balance and all the good things. And So yeah, especially my toes. I find as I've gotten older, my toes get a little bit tighter. So I like to take it, and for some people it's very painful. I understand that. But if you can, keep your toes flexible. Ankles, same thing. Just to help create some awareness there. And fingers and hands. Dexterity as best we can. But with arthritis and other things that occur, and inflammation, I know that can be tough. So we just want to be as gentle with ourselves and what we can do, and do what we can to make that work. So yeah. So let's just start slowing down. And we've worked this week a lot more on using our legs and lifting, and our arms just in different ways, and stretches and things like that. So let's take a deep breath in, relax for a sec. We're going to start kind of just slowing down. And we've worked a lot of our legs and arms. So I like to rotate the center as well. So I'm going to come a little bit more forward in my chair, not all the way, but I certainly don't want my back to be against the back of my chair. Come mid-chair if possible. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And take a deep breath in. We're going to start rotating around like this. Just be careful of what's around you. You're not hitting any objects or yourself. We're just going to rotate around a couple times. I keep my chin forward, so I don't want to have my head down when I do this, because it's going to be hard getting it back around. And it comes up. So we don't want to do that. If we wanted to do that, we have to do that very intentionally, because we don't want to get dizzy. All right, so again, take a deep breath in. I just lean forward slightly, maybe 20 degrees, 30 degrees, and just go around in a circle. And exhale out. And this helps our midsection, our core. And we're going to go in this direction one more time. Inhale in and exhale out. Keep your head up, please, and chin forward, so we're not down like this. We're going to go back in the opposite direction. I keep a lot of what I mentioned is really for myself, because I have a tendency to put my head down, especially when I walk, or when I'm sitting, and it pulls the back of my neck. So I have to remind myself to keep my head up and my nose above the horizon. We're just going to slow down, take a deep breath in, come back around, exhale. And we're going to come back to center. And just sit up in our chairs for a moment, let our arms fall to the side. If it's okay, you can put them back on your legs. I just like to let the shoulders get a break and hang down a little bit. Fingers as well. And just keep moving. All right. Just keep moving. Take another deep breath in and exhale. So we're going to shut our eyes. I'm actually going to come, because this doesn't require being in a chair necessarily. So I just want to come down a little bit closer. See everyone? And so we're going to get in. So stay seated in your seat. Don't come out. I just wanted to come so I could just be a little bit closer. Yeah. So imagine I'm in a chair. All right. So we're going to I wanted to do some work with our eyes. And this can help with many things. It brings blood flow and things like that to our eyes. But what we're going to do, and we're going to close our eyes when we do it, but I just wanted to demonstrate with my eyes open what it kind of looks like. It's a little weird. That's why we close our eyes, but it's also better because it lets our eyes relax. So we're going to put our eyes up to the one side, down, opposite side, up, center. I hope you guys can see that. So you go up to the side, down, other opposite side, up, center. What we're not doing is rolling our eyes around like that. Okay, we want to be very specific about the points in which we go. So let's try this. We're going to do it with our eyes closed. All right, take a deep breath in, and exhale. We're going to lift our eyes up on the next inhale. Okay, inhale, eyes go up. Exhale, eyes go to the side. Inhale, eyes come down. And we want to press down. And then eyes to the opposite side that you were. And then eyes up. And then eyes to the center. And so lift up. Exhale. The whole exhale can be the whole time we do this. So to the side, down, opposite side, up, center. One more time. Up, side, down, side, up, center. So now we're going to go opposite. We're going to do the opposite thing. So we're going to go whatever way you just went, just go the opposite way. Except we're still going to go up. We're not going to start down. That makes sense. Okay. So we're going to go up, opposite side, down, side, up, and center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. On the next inhale, we're going to do the same thing. Inhale, eyes up, to the side, down, opposite side, up, and center. One more time. Inhale in, eyes up, side, down, side, up, center. Okay. Now we're going to do an eye roll, just like what I showed a little bit earlier, where it's just more quicker movements around. Right? Keep your eyes closed. Take a deep breath in. Whatever direction you like to go in, because we will switch directions, just circle your eyes in that direction. So it's intentional, right? You can go slow. It's tough to go slow, actually. But inhale in, and exhale. And then go in the reversal. And inhale in, and exhale. Now we're just going to focus on up and down. So we're going to bring our eye up, and then down. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Final one, we're going to go side to side. So inhale one side, exhale, slowly go the other side. You might feel your body moving with your eyes, totally okay. Inhale, come back to the first side you started. And exhale, go back to where you landed the last time. Inhale back to where we started. And exhale back to the opposite side and finally to the center. Now from here, we're just going to keep our eyes closed. And take a deep breath in. We're going to start slowing down and go into Savasana, which is a midday rest period. I mean, it's almost noon, so this is a nice rest before we have to begin the rest of our day. All right. It can be meditative. You can let your mind wander. You can let it be still. One of the goals for a lot of people is to have stillness in the mind, which can be tricky sometimes, but certainly it's worth the effort to do, even for a brief moment. It's nice to feel that stillness of calmness in our breath, calmness in our voice, calmness in our being. So we can take a deep breath in and just let your arms begin to relax. And your legs begin to relax. You don't have to sit straight up for this. You can lean a little bit back in the chair. Let your arms, let your legs out as if we're going to do leg lifts. We're not, but if we were, you could be in this position. Try not to bend over too much, and let your head sink down. We don't want to do that. We want our head to be still up. All right. We don't want to lose our balance. So keep your head up. Inhale in. If it rolls around a little bit, that's okay. If that feels good to you, that's totally okay. But what we're hoping to avoid is having a chin in our chest as we sit in our chair. Bring up a little bit. Let your arms just go to the side. Be easy about it. No rush. Don't have to be anywhere. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. We'll be here for just a few minutes. And inhale and exhale. If you are okay with it, you can certainly exhale a little bit deeper. You can also inhale a little bit deeper. You know you're inhaling deeper and exhaling when you hear it a little bit more. So inhale through the nose, let it sit, and just slowly exhale, push all the air out. Inhale. Fill your lungs up with nice, refreshing air. Exhale. Relax your body, relax your arms, relax your shoulders. Let your legs relax. There's nowhere to go, nowhere to be. Make sure you're in a safe space. You feel balanced and secure. Take another inhale. And exhale slowly. Even on the other side of the exhale, you can let it sit for a second. No need to inhale right away. Nice inhale, slowly. The same is true here. You don't want to tighten and hold your breath, but release it slowly. But there's that point at which your breath is full, there's nothing to do. And on the opposite of the exhale, it's the same thing, there's nothing to do. So this is another practice. Breathing is another huge practice for yoga practitioners. It's called pranayama. And basically it's breathing. And there are different breaths to do. And these are restorative breaths. And so we want to just make sure we're aware and awake, but we're in a space of no rushing, no hurriedness. We're just in the space for ourselves. And exhale. One more time. Remember the mantra or what you wanted to bring in for this practice. Let's remember that on another inhale in. And exhale. On this next inhale, we're going to start waking back up. So we're just going to start letting our eyes move a little bit. Slowly move around. Take a deep breath in. Our fingers and our hands are starting to move. Our feet, toes. We want to start small. Everything in small bites. It's okay. And just slowly bring your body back into the space that you're in. Begin to move slightly. It's like you're waking up for the day, just like we started to practice. And just moving slowly. Deep breath in, exhale. Slowly moving, coming back into your body. Savasana does not need to be very long to be effective. It's really just taking the time to appreciate the space you're in. Deep breath in. Appreciate the bodies we're in. And what awaits us when we wake up from our brief time. Inhale in. When you're ready, start to open your eyes. Slowly. It's okay. No rush. Inhale in. Slowly open your eyes and come back. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And just move your body a little bit more as you come back. Yeah. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. Take a deep, nice, refreshing breath in. And exhale. And one final, we're going to sit up. And one final, we're going to bring our arms up one more time. Take a deep breath in. Arms up. Bring them down into prayer pose. Press them together. Think of the mantra, or what you would like to do. Exhale. Another inhale in. Nice deep breath. Exhale. All the way. And namaste. Thank you guys for coming today.